All right, I'm back for day 26 of the B-Movie Drive-In Exploitation Challenge. Again, got in two films. First up is another spaghetti western, and a really, really good one. That is Cemetery Without Crosses, or also known as The Rope and the Colt. Kind of a strange title. 1969. Directed by a guy named Robert Hosen. Hosen was the son of an orchestra conductor, of all things. I've never heard of him. He did a whole slew of films, but none of those look like anything that I would be particularly interested in. I mean, he's had a long, long filmography. Director credits wise, he's only done like 24 though. The film itself is probably one of the better, I'm probably going to say one of the best spaghetti westerns. Essentially, it's about a gunfighter who's kind of dragged into a murder and kidnapping plot. The female that's pulling him into this is trying to get revenge for her father's murder, essentially. Very, very good film. Excellent film. Robert Hosen also played the lead, Manuel, in this. I think the film suffers a little bit from it doesn't really have a charismatic lead figure. I think Robert Hosen was fine in it. All the actors did a fine job. It's a great spaghetti western, but it could have been an awesome spaghetti western had it just had someone with a little bit more charisma. In the credits, the interesting part of this one is in the credits, it's Dario Argento is listed as writing the screenplay. But Robert Hosen has claimed that he had nothing to do with the film, so who knows? But it is a great, great film, and Arrow's got a Blu-ray release for it. I highly recommend it. I don't have it. I'm going to have to pick it up, because this, after watching it on this, I really want to kind of watch it on a better picture quality. Now, the next film I watched is a film called Terrified, 1963. And this is another in a slew of teenage kids in trouble kind of movies. It's directed by a guy named Lou Landers. And the film's about this lunatic masked man who kills off basically teenagers. He lures them to this house and spooks them, and then he kills them. Sometimes he kills them by burying them alive, which is a very effective one, because that would scare the shit out of me. But that's like one of my, suffocating like that's one of my things that kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. But it's an interesting film. Much more interesting is the story behind the star Rod Lauren. Rod Lauren is also known as Roger Lawrence Strunk. He's kind of it looked almost to me like he was trying to be a James Dean ripoff. He was born in like 1940, and he had a hit single that he ended up doing on the Ed Sullivan Show. So he was kind of a marginal actor and a marginal singer, but he's one of those that was like B, C grade guys that was just trying to hit it big. He was in The Crawling Hand, of course. That's the one where they paint the guy's eyes with black eyeshadow. And then this film, and he was in a film called The Young Swingers, kind of a teenage heartthrob rock and roll type deal. He was also in Gomer Pyle UMC, the U.S. Marine Corps TV show. But his career kind of took a huge dive, like in 1969. That was pretty much it. Well, it turned out he'd moved to the Philippines and married a Philippine lady that was a very prominent actress in the Philippines. And because his career was in the shitter, he basically kind of followed her around riding her coattails. Well, she got killed. And it turns out he was the one, the evidence led to him being the one accused of killing her. So he fled the Philippines and then killed himself in 2007. But he avoided getting prosecuted for the murder of his Filipino wife. Interesting story. Roger Strunk. You might want to check it out if you have an interest. Okay, well that's going to do it for day 26. Appreciate you watching.